Are you ready?
Detroit basketball!
Hey peeps, how's it going? I was not planning on doing 2 videos today. In fact, I had some other things to do, but hey, when you get news like this involving my team and one of my favorite players in the league, I have to bring it to you. So if you don't want 2 videos in 2 days or 1 day, tough, because it's what I'm doing. That being said, as you can see from this quote right here, I can't remember the dude's name because I only glanced over the article and really was Andre Drummond's quote. But Andre went on to say that it is not his decision to leave the team. That if it's up to him, he would not go anywhere. He would like to finish his career here in Detroit Pistons, red, white, and blue. Now, maybe this is because of Sekou playing so well. Because from what I have seen, Andre had a pretty bad game the other night against the Golden State Warriors and had 14 points and 18 rebounds. Sekou offers something that Blake Griffin doesn't. For one, it's promise. We don't know how good Sekou could be, but they look like they played pretty well together. And I really don't think Blake Griffin and Andre Drummond will work together at this point. It's just, whether it's Blake Griffin demanding the ball or Dwayne Casey giving the ball to Blake Griffin, the offense goes stale when Blake Griffin's out there. And when Blake's not healthy, it doesn't work because he can't do Blake Griffin things. That's one of the reasons we've been struggling, minus the turnovers and the piss-poor defense. Andre Drummond saying he wanting to stay in Detroit, I mean, it's hard to decipher at this point because Kyrie Irving also said that he planned to resign with Boston last year, and that did not happen. He also told Cleveland he was not going anywhere. So it's hard to decipher NBA players at this point in time because they say one thing and do another. Now, I'm not saying Andre Drummond's a liar or anything like that. I love Andre. I don't want him to go anywhere. This being said, do the Pistons still move on from him at this point? I've seen a lot of you guys already commenting on the Sekou video today are having second thoughts about trading Andre Drummond because how well him and Sekou play together. You guys forget Andre is only 26. He's only 26. And it's hard to find good quality NBA centers in today's game. Andre is not a modern day center. He is a throwback center. I know. He's still the league's best rebounder. And when Luke Kennard comes back, that's just another young player to throw in the mix. Luke Kennard, Andre Drummond, and Sekou. That's a pretty nice young 3 right there to build around. And I think the Pistons, at this point, if they do trade Andre, will regret trading Andre. Because Andre will go to a contending team does not have a good center. Rather, it's Boston, the Clippers. Hell, he could even probably go to the Lakers. Whatever it may be, there are several teams out there who could be interested in Andre. And you're seeing more teams like Portland and Charlotte. Well, Charlotte's already been in the hunt. But those teams are popping up to be interested in Andre as well. I mean, teams are going to want Andre. He's 26. He's averaging like 18 and 17 or something like that. It's insane. It's good. But because he doesn't shoot threes and he's not an elite rim protector, a lot of guys don't like him. I would love to keep Andre. You know, Detroit, they win championships with centers. And I'm not saying Andre's the best center in the league because he's not. But it's what the Pistons culture requires. I love Andre, man. I don't want to see him go anywhere. And him saying he wants to spend the rest of his career in Detroit, it would be very, very beautiful because it's very rare that people finish their career with one team. Especially in today's NBA, as much as people bounce around and stuff. Now, this does not mean that the Pistons won't trade him or anything like that. That's really on the front office, and that's on Tom Gores. At the end of the day, he gets final say on what the team does. Unless he's just letting Ned Stefanski and Dwayne Casey do whatever they want. I don't know. I'm not in the Pistons front office. I don't know what they're thinking. But if you have a player that wants to stay here and is durable, he's young, pay him the money. You don't have to give him the Supermax. You don't. because quite frankly, Andre is not a supermax caliber player, but you can get a good deal from him. He's 26, he'll be worth it, and if it doesn't work out and you decide to move on from him next year, he'll have way more value. I almost said valuable. He'll have way more valuable trades. What am I saying? He'll be more valuable via trades next year if you still want to move on from him, because he's under contract. He won't go anywhere. I don't have a problem paying Dre. I don't. Having him with these young guys, he's really good with the young players in our team. He's a good mentor for them off the court. He's always hanging out with them, doing activities, bowling. He let Stanley Johnson stay at his house until Stanley Johnson got on his feet. He's kind of like a big brother to some of these guys. And he was one of the first players, besides Chauncey Billups, to greet Sekou after he got drafted here. I want Andre to stay. When I heard that we were taking offers for him, I was heartbroken. Don't get it twisted, but it's good news to see that he wants to stay here, because you don't hear that too often with Detroit players. But what do you guys think about Andre wanting to stay in Detroit? Personally, I love it. Hopefully it works out that way, but I know a lot of you guys don't want it. So leave it down in the comments. Instagram, Twitter, DSA members in the description. Come back Saturday, 1 p.m. for Above the Rim, our live basketball talk show, where we'll be talking about this and very much more. Until then, see you guys tomorrow. Peace.